Hi there, this is Miranda Doyle, one of the district librarians, and I'd like to tell you about the parent-guardian email summaries that you can receive this school year. You can get daily or weekly emails that tell you about your students' progress in Google Classroom, which is where teachers for secondary schools will be assigning all work. You get to choose whether you get daily or weekly summaries, or if you choose to unsubscribe, you can do that as well. You can see here an example of a Google Classroom weekly summary for a student named Felix, explaining that the student has 2 missing assignments. You can see those at the top, telling you what is due next week, and then under that is class activity, other things that students did in class. So you can get something similar to this. You will be receiving an email invitation from Google Classroom shortly after school starts. You will have 120 days to accept that invitation, or we can send it again. But when you accept it, you will start getting summaries right away, as long as your student's teacher is assigning work. So as soon as school gets started, you will be able to accept that invitation that comes in your email. It will go to one or both guardian emails registered with your student's school. So that is the email to expect it to come to. If you don't get it, please check your spam and promotions folders, as everyone who is registered as a guardian for their student should get these invitations. You need to accept the invitation, then tell Google whether you want daily or weekly emails. This is something you'll be able to change if you'd like to go from daily to weekly. If you don't use Gmail, you will automatically get weekly summaries. If you would like to change that to daily summaries, you will need to make a free Gmail account. Here is a weekly summary for a student, and it shows in red that there were 2 assignments that Felix did not turn in that are now missing work and overdue, and it tells you what that assignment was. Then you'll see due next week. So these are things that Felix will need to do and that have been assigned and should be working on now. And then finally, you'll see class activities. So these might be things like readings or questions the teacher asked of all students, things like that, where it might have been completed right there in class, or maybe there was nothing to turn in, but you can see what's happening in all of the students' classes. Can you be added as a student to your child's class? No. Instead, you will receive summaries, and those are all the things I mentioned: the missing work, the upcoming work, and the class activities. But you will not be a student in your child's class. In the summary, you won't see the student's to-do list, but this is something that your student can log on to and go to the menu in Google Classroom and show you their to-do list. So that will show everything that's upcoming or missing. So the to-do list is a great place to go and have your student show you their progress. They can also show you what assignments they're working on, things that are in progress but not completed and turned in. Or they can show you their work that has been turned in and not yet graded. You will not see the student's Google Classroom calendar unless they show that to you. So you can ask your student to log in to Google Classroom and find their calendar, and that will show in a calendar view all of the upcoming assignments and their due dates. So that's a great way for students to track what they have coming up. You will not see grades in the weekly or daily summary. Those will be in parent view, and they will not be in parent view until the teacher grades the assignment and enters the grades and submits them and makes them accessible. So if you see that students have turned in work in your summaries or aren't missing work, you won't see the grade for that work until it appears in parent view. Turned in just means the student clicked the button to turn something in or to say that they had. I hope that answers any questions you have. Keep an eye out for that invite email, and we'll look forward to having you access and use your summaries.